Hello, dear Pisces. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you for being here. Today is the 1st of November, 2018, and this reading is from the 1st to the 15th. Love and General Divine Spread. Okay, so let's see what your Karma and Dharma card will show. What is the message? I'd like to say that Venus has just ingressed back into Libra, and that happened like 12 hours ago from the time that I'm doing this video. Libra is the sign that is ruled by Venus. Libra is all about relationships, any sort of relationships, family, business, love. Okay, and Libra is all about finding the balance. So being retrograde says that we are reworking relationships. This is a very important time. Let's see, dear Pisces, what we have for you. And we've got Justice, and this is Libra. Wow. Love that message for you. It's a number 11. 11 is a very karmic number. You know, 11 is new doors opening, and I'm wondering because Sagittarius just came to mind, even though with this card it is air, right? And Libra is an air sign, so that's probably why we've got someone looking like the Queen of Swords here. So yeah, this is obviously in relation to communication. The sword is our intellect, right? Our speech, our communication. 11 is a master number, and for me it is very, very karmic. So this is a very karmic time. As we all know, when planets are retrograde, they do turn inwards. That's what is very karmic. It's a very karmic time, especially when we're talking about anything to do with Scorpio, right? Scorpio is death and transformation. It is shared resources, other people's money. It's also anything to do with sexuality, things that have been deep and hidden. Jupiter is just finishing its cycle. It's not far off from the end of Scorpio. It's at 28, almost 28 plus degrees. So it's nearly returning home to Sagittarius. So this is a cycle that Jupiter is finishing, a 13-month cycle. And it's also roughly a 13-year cycle, because it starts off in its home of Sag and returns back to Sagittarius. So that's about 13 years that Jupiter has been in this position. And what I know is that Jupiter will bring in gifts with anything to do with Scorpio, anything to do with Pluto. Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio. It's transformation, it's power, right? And it's very, very deep. So the gifts are coming in because we're on the home run. Let's see. I was mentioning, dear Pisces, to the other signs that I've already done up to here, that we've got a lot of important degrees this coming week. Okay, we've got a lot of zeros in the horoscope. Uranus at 0 degrees of Taurus. The North and the South Node are in 0 degrees of Leo Aquarius. Venus has just come off 0 degrees of Scorpio Libra. She's just touched on to Libra. Mercury's just moved into Sag. Mercury was at 0 degrees of Sagittarius. Interesting, right? So if this is not a time of shift and change, than what is. So let's go with the flow. There's a lot of positive energies coming in. For me, it's very positive. It's life-changing. Dear Pisces, let's see your divine spread. Okay, let's cut the cards. So love and general reading from the 1st till the 15th of November 2018. And this reading will be extended on Vimeo. Lots of cards there. So at the foundation we have the Ace of Wands. I was saying before that I did think of Sagittarius because I was telling them the title of their video is New Doors Opening for You. So let's see what's going on with you, dear Pisces. We've got the hidden position. What you don't know is the Seven of Wands. More wands. In the recent past, we have the Judgment card. At the present position, you have the Eight of Cups. Crowning your reading and your goal is the Moon. In the advice position and the action to take, wow, Ace of Cups. Now the outcome for you is, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, and you know what? I'm going to take another card for that. But let's look at the divine position, which has got a lot to do with the planetary motions. Let's see. And we've got the Four of Pentacles. Okay. I'm going to take another card on that Seven of Swords because it's the outcome card and I want a little bit more information. Wow. Okay, you got two cards. We have to go with those. And we have... How can you not laugh? I find it very strange when I have the Karma Dharma card being the same as the outcome card. Look at that. Double justice. Justice times 2. And you've got the Empress. Wow. Pisces, this is amazing. This is amazing. Okay, I'm going to take a card from the Black Moon Astrology cards for an extra message for Pisces, please, Spirit Guides and Angels. Archangel Michael, can I have some more information for Pisces? What is important for them to know in November? I can't even shuffle the cards today. What is going on? Okay. Wow. Okay. It's as though that card was really pushed out. It was like pushed out. It hopped out. And it's number 1, Sun and Spirit. Spirit is here. I did just ask for Archangel Michael's guidance. He is my guide. Wow. The Sun is clarity. The Sun is Leo. And some of you may have a Leo who is in spirit, right? Someone who was the Sun in your life. If this is a remote message, so this is not obvious for all of you, there is someone out there who needs this message. And I'd like to say that if the Sun in your life was a Leo, right? Strong Leo message here. Know that they are in spirit and they are watching over you. They will bring you the clarity They will give you the vitality that you need, because I see that some of you do have a new door opening. Now, some of you may be going through legal battles. This is justice. If this is not legalities, anything to do with the law, then know that the time of Venus that's just stepped into Libra would be the time that you are coming into balance in anything that deals with your life, anything that you are dealing with. Now, the Sun and Leo is also the 5th house, which is true love, creative projects, taking risks, joy, happiness, what is true to your heart, because Leo is the heart. Leo is also children. Now, children are the light in our lives, right? So for those of you that have had difficulty, you know, there's been an imbalance with your children, some sort of an unjust situation, because we've also got the Empress here. For those of you that have been having trouble conceiving, this is a good time, okay? Very good time. Now, the Empress, we know, is the mother. She's the mother of Earth. She collects the harvest. She brings in financial prosperity, prosperity in love, or anything that we value. Here is the sign of Venus. Now, the Empress for me is Taurus and Libra, because they are the 2 signs that Venus rules. Taurus is more what we value, because Taurus is the 2nd house of our earned income and our values. It's also the physical body. And Libra is more the side of relationships, right? And other people in our life. So she's a double whammy of love and beauty and everything that is lovable. Now, this could be a mother of yours. This could be you becoming the mother. If there has been any sort of an injustice, as I said, with your children, anything to do with mother-child aspects, then there is balancing. There's double justice here. I love this for you. I really do. Let's see what else we have. Okay, in the foundation, we've got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is that light going on. Look at the color of the card. Yellow. It's very bright. It's lit up. It's like the sun is behind this card, right? This is clarity, inspiration, creativity. For those of you that are in a creative field, you've started something really, really good. You've got 2 aces here, dear Pisces. You've got the Ace of Cups as well in the advice and action to take. So you've begun something that is very creative, something that you feel very strong about, very decisive, very passionate. So this is in the distant past. Now, what is hidden from you is that there is, I would say, competition here. Now, you've obviously gotten to a point where you've been congratulated, you've received the accolades, the acknowledgement, right? You've gotten to a point of success. These are the 6 of Wands that are down here. You've got that Ace of Wands in your hand here. Just know that you do have this idea that's come to you. This is the next stepping stone from you getting from the 6. You're getting from the 6 to the 10. And 10 would be a completion and a success. Even though, yes, it's hard work and a burden, still you get to the completion point. You get to your goal. Now, with the 7 of Wands, it's also a card of standing up for what you believe in. Fighting off any competitors, any competition, any naysayers, I want to say. You do have the higher ground, the upper hand. So if this is an idea, right, that you've come up with, Make sure you seal that. Make sure that you've got your name on this creative new venture, new project that you have already begun. There's, you know, great potential here. So keep fighting. Know that you've got, as I said, what is not known to you is that you've got something that you've started that has got the potential to grow. And you've got the advantage. That's what you don't know. So if you've got any doubts about that, don't. Now, in the recent past, you have the Judgment card, and this is Pluto. Now, Pluto is coming out of shadow. He's moving direct. Pluto in Capricorn. Capricorn is the career house, right? It's becoming the authority, the boss. If you've been trying to succeed, if you've been dealing with obstacles in your career, in your relationship of any sort, know that you've got a second chance. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. It's all systems go. You get a second chance. So don't let that pass you by. Dear Pisces, if you've been trying to come back to, and I'm going to say, maybe a Scorpio, maybe you're dealing with a Scorpio person. Now, if it's not Scorpio, Libra, we've got a few signs here. And I want to mention the signs now. I like to mention all the signs. This is a general reading. So because I like to look at the astrology, I'm not prone to mention only one sign, because I could be talking about your Venus. If you're a female, we're talking about your Venus. If you're a male, we're talking about your Mars. I do believe that even the nodes in our natal chart show up. Sometimes we show as our north node. For example, if you've got Taurus as your north node, and you get this card here, which is the most important message. So Leo could be your north node, let's say, for instance. Right? That's how I see it. So if the sign does not resonate for you, just go along with the story, not the sign, okay? Many times we may have like a stellium of planets, like 3, 4, 5 planets in one sign in our birth chart. Well, then you would show up as that sign, even though your sun would be in another sign, let's say. Right? Okay. So just explaining how I go by things. So you may agree or disagree, but this is my reading. So just, you know, if you relate to the messages, great. Okay, so you may be dealing with a Scorpio. We've also got the moon card here. So we've got actually, and what stands out to me here is another moon. We've got a strong Cancer here, and the moon card for me is Cancer. Now, some of you may think it's Pisces. Cool. That's fine. For me, it's Cancer, and it's all about the home, stability, mother, family, and roots, right? So it's your haven, let's say. So we've got Cancer as well. We've got Libra, very strong Libra here. And as I said, with the Empress, Taurus, Libra, and I will say Aries, that would be for a small amount of you. Now, with the Four of Pentacles, for me, that is Taurian energy. And as a fire sign, we've got Leo. Even though I didn't say Sag before, for some of you it will be Sagittarius, but I need to go by what the big message here is of the sun. It actually says the word. Sun is Leo. Okay, now just letting you know that the North Node in Leo is just about to move into Cancer. The South Node is moving from Aquarius to Capricorn. So that is happening in the next 5.5 days. So could that be the time that you are moving you are growing spiritually. The Eight of Cups for me is a spiritual growth. It's like a growth spurt which hurts, right? Growth spurts do hurt. Usually our knees, our joints hurt, right? Our limbs. Here it's a maturity growth spurt. It's a spiritual growth spurt. And as I said, with Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, we need to stand up, grow, mature, receive the lesson, and move on. Whatever you are leaving behind, you are obviously missing those two cups. So there is some sort of a balance that you're looking for emotionally. And through spiritual awakening, and I'm going to say spiritual awakening, yes, with these two cards here, and the moon card. The moon is, of course, intuition, fears, perception, dreams. It's our dream state. It's our higher self. Because, and get this, you're going to laugh. Some of you are going to laugh, but this is my opinion. I believe that we actually travel. When we go to sleep, we're not here. We're not on this 3D dimension. We're not on Earth. We are spiritually flying. We're at some other land, at some other dimension. Could be the fourth, fifth dimension. So I see that there is a lot of astral travel here, dear Pisces. Now, you are a very spiritual sign, obviously. Okay, so I feel that there is a spiritual awakening, a growth spurt, and wow, you need to trust in your intuition. Take down your dreams. You're receiving messages, right? There is some very, very important message that's coming through for you. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting those goosebumps, which says that I'm on the right track. You are having a growth spurt. You're receiving a message. Know that what you receive through your sleep, some of you may be actually even moving metaphorically, moving into a new home, moving in with family, moving into stabilizing your home life, right? And that's a beautiful thing for you. Now, I wanted to say that with the sun and the moon, right, that does denote eclipse for me, right? Now, we could be talking about the new moon in Scorpio, which is on the 8th. As I said, next week is a very important week. There's so much going on astrologically. So hold on to your hats. There are drastic changes happening. Very positive, I would say. So look up. It's looking bright. It's looking grand. You've got the Ace of Cups. That's your advice. So if the change, the wonderful change is coming in for you, starting from the new moon in Scorpio, that's great. You could have a beginning with the new moon in Scorpio with another Scorpio. Or with the next eclipse, which will be in January. We've got two eclipses. January is going to be a very pivotal month. Now know that the changes do start from a couple of weeks, even a month before. So from December, January, very important time. One moment, please. Sorry about that interruption. I was talking about the eclipse, and I'd just like to give you the dates since I mentioned them. So we've got on the 5th of January 2019, we've got a partial solar eclipse, which is in Capricorn. And on the 21st of January 2019, we have a total lunar eclipse, right, in Leo. So because we've got the Sun card there, which is Leo. Now with the eclipses, because they deal with the nodes, the fact that it's the solar eclipse is in Capricorn, obviously the south node, the north node will be in Cancer, south node will be in Capricorn. So, yeah, we are dealing with anything to do with home, family, mother, right? As well as Leo, right? What the heart truly loves, what we need to do, like what do we need to do to love and nurture ourselves? That's what Leo is all about. Leo is the shining light. It's the sun. It's the rays. It's the light. Give your light. Shine your light to the world. That's what the message is. And I believe that with the word spirit there, spirit is here with you, dear Pisces. And this is a number 1, so there is a new beginning. You've got beginnings here, right? Now, in the outcome position, we've got the 7 of Swords. Now, this is the card of stealth and trying to accomplish something without it being known to the world. Now, we've got, of course, number 11, Justice, right on top. If we add the Justice with the number 7, we've got number 18. Again, it's the moon. Yeah, so you may be dealing with someone who is a strong air sign, so Libra more than likely, right? Could be Aquarius, could be Gemini, but I'm going to say Libra. Very strong here. So they could be trying to either balance a situation, balance a situation out with you. Now, Libran people, they always try to find the balance. They always try to smooth out those wrinkles, find the right balance in any sort of a situation, and they give and take. They give and receive. I want to say that whatever, because I feel as though there's a conversation here. I do. So maybe some information is coming through, things that were hidden from you. Whatever you find out, okay, and whatever is spoken will be the balancing out. It's going to be very positive for you, and that seems to be a theme with these readings, that whatever information comes up, whatever information is spoken of and known is going to bring in the clarity and the success. When I say success, it could come in many forms, right? One way you can receive success is having that difficult conversation where everything is put on the table, and then once there is knowledge of it, right, even though the other person may be in shock mode, they will tend to be able to get used to the idea, relate to it, and then comes the result of, we move past the issue. That's one way that you can succeed. There are so many other ways that you can actually succeed. You can find out information about what your competitors are doing with business, and then you can beat them to the finish line, and there is the receiving the harvest, right? That will be your justice, because let's say that you were putting in all the hard work, you were going by the book, whereas they tried to take the shortcut, and karma comes back and bites them in the butt by giving you the information so that you can beat them to the finish line. So there are so many different faculties of success. So yeah, each and every person has got their own personal life. This is a general reading and it relates to everything for you. So the general energies are that whatever information comes to light will bring in the balance, will bring in the harvest and the payoff. Now, the divine position. And as I said, this energy for me is Taurian, right? Taurus is our values. It's holding on to our money, earning money, valuing people, circumstances, things, our valuables. This is holding on to someone, something. This is holding on to something so tightly that there is no room for something else to come in. That's what I want to say. That there is too much fixed energy here. As you can see, he's crossing his arms. He's got those pentacles close to his chest, so close that he's going to suffocate. Now, if this is someone holding on to you, or if you are holding on to someone else so closely that you're going to suffocate them, it's not going to work for you. Okay, I feel as though this card here says that you need to give it a bit of space, give some room, leave the universe be able to take charge here. Let go a little bit, dear Pisces. You're holding on too tightly. Now, this is a love that you're holding on to. If you've got a little bird, a sparrow here in your hand, and you have it so tightly clenched, you're going to suffocate it. Okay, let it go. Open that hand. Okay, give it the space to breathe. If it flies away and does not come back, that was meant to be. If it comes back, that was meant to be as well. So I feel as though we need to have a bit of a leeway here. Give it space. That's what the universe says. You've done what you can do. I feel that it's not the right time to push right now. Okay, let live and let live. Let go, Pisces. That's the message I'm getting for you. And let the universe, let the divine do this for you. Okay, this is balance. This is a new door. Know that justice will be served. It will be rectified. If there was an injustice, as I said, with Venus coming back into Libra, things will balance out. Now, we've also got, as I said, fiery energy here. So this is a lot of passion. There is a lot of fire. There is water, a fair bit of water. And if you look here, this person is moving towards the Ace of Cups. So if this is a person that you are dealing with that has been more passion prone, more sexually driven, then it seems as though they may be opening up emotionally. Now this could be your energy as well. Maybe if you've been in a relationship where there's been a lot of fire, a lot of passion. Look at the sun. This is heat, right? Know that the relationship could be changing. There is more emotions here. It's more open-hearted. So this here, and I'm going to take one card, okay, just because I don't like the energy of the Four of Pentacles. I feel as though even if this is you are holding on to your finances and your money, know that holding on too tightly is not going to bring in more. You need to, money makes the world go round, doesn't it? So when we tend to give, because this is the Miser card, when we give, we receive. It's the laws of nature. Let's take one more card, just a bit more clarity. And this is the card, oh, 2 cards? Okay. All right. And we've got the Queen of Swords. So it's like we've got three Queens of Swords. Why? Because the Justice card to me looks like the Queen of Swords. Now, the Magician. The Magician is Mercury. As above, so below. Remember what I said. The heavens are aligning. They are opening up. It's time to receive. The next week, when Jupiter moves into its home sign of Sag, on the 8th, roughly, of November, which is also St. Michael's Day. This is Archangel Michael's big day. For me, this is a blessing. Know that as above, so below. Communication, because of Mercury, and know that Mercury is getting ready to retrograde. Mercury's moved into shadow, but he's in Sag. Know that whatever you talk about, whatever you communicate about, know that sometimes communication, as I was saying before, will bring in the justice, will bring in the clarity and the healing if there is necessity for healing. Now, again, I feel as though there's transformation here. The Magician is a number one. He's a number one. So this is you receiving what you need, right, to make that magic happen. Okay, so because we've got Mercury, Mercury rules Gemini as well as Virgo. So you could have strong Gemini in your chart or Virgo. Also, what I'd like to say is that Mercury is has just been, Mercury was conjunct Jupiter a few days ago, like 3 days ago. So this was expanding on any communication, right? Mercury is also the intellect, our thoughts, our thought process. So yeah, expanding, Jupiter expands on everything. So a lot of communication, right? And sometimes because Jupiter can overexpand and he's still in Scorpio, so sometimes too much communication may go the wrong way, may work as a disadvantage to you. So yeah. So Mercury goes retrograde in about 2 weeks. So be careful with communication. Yes, don't start new things. Be careful with travel. Be careful with written things, any sort of communication or anything to do with technology, right? So the Queen of Swords is always very fair and just. She will speak from her mind. She will look at the facts. She is usually very fair. Of course, when she's in the upright, I feel as though there is fairness here, even though there may be a sense of being cold, not speaking from the heart, but from the intellect. I think that if this is your energy, you are looking at the facts, right? You're looking at the facts and you are actually, if you're needing help with letting go of somebody, because we do have legal issues here, if you are needing to let go of someone who did not value you in the way that you felt you needed to be valued, then, and they could, the person that you have been dealing with could have been undermining your intellect, well then this was, the no-go. This was the straw that broke the camel's back for you. So this may be why, because with the Seven of Swords, right? Seven of Swords is also a card of, yes, intelligence, but trying to get away with something. This is someone is withholding information from you. And look at the way that he is dressed. As well as that, I mean, he doesn't look like he's got good intentions. He's got 3 swords on the ground. And 3 swords, to me, does speak of heartache and heartbreak. So whatever has been withheld from you is obviously something that's going to break you, right? So for those of you that are going through legal issues, know that that will be the point of success for you. If you are taking someone to court because of anything that has been stolen from you, know that everything will come back to you tenfold with the Empress here. But the Empress does speak of patience. You need to be patient. All right. Let's see what else I get. I think that is it, dear Pisces. That was a lot of information. As I said, I will be extending this on Vimeo. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Do know that I do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for commenting, sending you my love, dear Pisces. All the best. Sending you lots of blessings and lots of love at the same time. Bye for now.